First off, it is an absolute blizzard here in Texas. Not good weather for us, man. We are not used to this. If you can see, I don't know what's showing in the frame. My car is completely iced up. I park outside and I don't want to be out here, but I got to go to work. So this is going to be a rough shift. It's going to be really cold, probably some homeless fires in the woods, maybe a house fire, ton of traffic accidents. But we had some fun fights yesterday. We had some really awesome, interesting news with Stadium Club. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about some things that I noticed about Paramount Plus when watching the broadcast. First up, Stadium Club. Okay, so if y'all watch any of my videos with the rips, you know that we have image and rookie photo variations. So I think that it is pretty obvious, honestly, on both of those now that we have seen them. We do know that 201 to, I believe, either 299 or 300 on the serial number on the back of the card are the image variations and the rookie variations. But the rookie variation looks pretty good, man. I'll flash one up right now. It's pretty interesting. You know, you got the red, like, rookie variation thing kind of stamped on there. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool, and I'm glad that they did it with this release. The other one is the just image variation with the fighters, and it's basically that like white background. So I actually pulled an Aaron Blanchfield of this during my rip, and thankfully I was aware of it and was able to look through all my base cards after the fact and figure that out, because you know, when we first ripped it, we had no idea what that even looked like, what was it going to be. So just from the serial number, I was able to kind of differentiate that and you know that that was even a thing. But we do know what they look like now with all of them out. So if you guys are ripping, or if you have already ripped, make sure that you have those and that you check to see if you got any of those, because they are kind of sneaky in a sense. Man, the ice is so bad I can't even see the light right here. But also we have beam teams up, and I for one am excited about the beam teams. I think they look pretty good, man. I think they look good. I think not only do the actual autos look good, but I like the insert case hit too. I think that looks pretty awesome as well. I am very curious to see what those sell for. I'll flash some up on the screen. Some have already sold. I for one was surprised to see them selling for so low. So I believe, and now again, they're not releasing odds, so this is kind of secondhand information from the checklist websites. But I believe that we have of 25 and a few parallels. I think it's of 10, maybe of 5, and then 1 of 1, and that's it. So there's like probably less than 50 of these when we're talking all together for one fighter, and for them to be going for that price was a little bit. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was low, and honestly, I'm a buyer. If they continue to trend down, I might scoop one of those up with one of my favorite fighters, because it is the debut aspect, and I know that there's going to be a lot of older collectors that really enjoy this, because there's a little bit of nostalgia involved with that. Also, we have the Triumvirates, which are a case hit in this. Now, how rare are they? We don't know. Topps released the odds. A ton of people were hitting me up, hey, how rare is the gold mint? How rare is it? And it's like, dude, it's very difficult to know if there's not a numbering there. And also, even if there is a numbering, how many parallels did they make? So a little bit difficult to determine as far as the ones that were not labeled with numbering. But the Triumvirates, I think, look pretty cool. We'll see what they do pricing-wise, but again, I wouldn't mind one of those as well. Okay, on to Paramount Plus, as I slowly drive through the ice storm that we are not equipped for in Texas. All right, so we have the Paramount Plus. It is the inaugural event, the first event ever of its kind, and we have it for UFC. And when you open Paramount Plus, you see UFC everywhere, dude. Like, you cannot miss UFC content whenever you open Paramount Plus. I think that is pretty important, and I think that potentially a ton of people that had never seen the sport before got to watch it last night. Or at least people that kind of somewhat follow the sport but weren't necessarily, watching every event. They probably got to watch it last night, so I'm happy about that. Also, I really enjoyed having embedded, not on YouTube and just in the actual app on Paramount Plus. I love watching embedded. I basically watch every single embedded that they do for every single pay-per-view. It's one of my favorite things about the event. It really tells you the storyline. It lets you see fighters' personalities. I just love the concept of it. And I don't know why they don't do embedded for every single fight night. Like, do it for every single event. Let us see the stories. Let us see the fighters. There is no reason to do that. The production cost for a vlog-based you know, filming like that is not high. Like you see YouTubers do it all the time. I'm literally doing it right now. Is it on that level? No, but like the production cost is not astronomical. It would be pennies and peanuts for a huge organization like the UFC, and you can really push a lot of people and expose a lot of people, a lot of fighters to the fans, which you know, ultimately is the goal whenever you're trying to push these guys. So I think embedded needs to be for every single fight night, every single card. We need to have that. I do think that the production for the entire fight was a little bit better. You know, just the transitions, the people at the desk, the way they were bouncing back to the desk and out to, you know, the commentators, I thought was a little bit better. That always kind of bothered me, honestly. Whenever I feel like they never used the desk, which was weird because in other sports, you know, they're always using the desk. Teasers for other events, you know, we had Volkanovski, we had Diego Lopez. That was pretty tight. I hadn't seen that before. Also, you know, they had Blink-182 playing, which, say what you want. Do you like that song? Do you think it fits? I don't know. That's all, you know, opinion. But I don't know. I can't remember them actually playing like real music during the UFC events. So I, for one, thought that was cool that maybe they're actually going to pay for the rights for songs and like actually get decent soundtracks and decent songs for some of the visuals that they show. Next up, fighter pay. I'm sure everybody saw this. This was a huge talking point. We have finally got some increases and some bonuses for these dudes. And sorry, my whole windshield, half my windshield is iced up, so I got to look down to see if this light's turning. So we got 50,000 for finishes. That is huge and is a very big deal. I've been saying for the longest time, if you can give the younger guys, the early guys, the guys that are coming up, if you can pay them, you know, 50, and this is starting, right? But if you can give them like a livable wage, let's say, okay, you are now a pro fighter. You don't have to have another job. You can just fight, take care of all your bills. Are you going to be rich? No, but you'll be able to live and survive. If you can just give them that, that's a huge start and a huge jump off point. And now, granted, it's not, you know, you're only going to get it if you get a finish, but 50,000 is a big deal, right? And you can get people that you can fight once a year, get a finish, and you're walking away, you know, with a decent little salary for the year, probably like 75K. Now, obviously you get taxed, but like so does everyone else. So that is a great, you know, a great addition to things. And I think that it's a long time coming. And I honestly don't know why Dana White and the UFC organization didn't do that a long time ago, because it is going to increase the product. It's going to have people going for it. It's going to have, you know, just people really fighting hard, I think. And we saw a lot of KOs. We saw a lot of good fights last night. Is it because of that? I don't know. But I, for one, am excited about the 50K for finishes. And also, we got the performance bonuses. We got the fight of the night and the performance of the night bumped to 100K. So that is also a huge jump. And, you know, those are a little bit harder to get. I think they should also give more bonuses. Like, let's get submission of the night. Let's get knockout of the night. Like, why are we... Let's pay these dudes a little bit. I mean, you're talking about $1 billion company. I saw people, oh, they can't afford the bonuses. Like, you guys don't, if you think that, you don't understand how much $1 billion is. Like, the factor on that, the math on that is insane when you're, you know, talking about $50,000. But yeah, I'm super excited for that, man. And the main card, when the main card started, you know, they really, is this just a one-off for the first ever Paramount Plus event? It very well could be, right? And we saw, you know, in the main card, Bruce Buffer's announcing it in the middle. The curtain drops, the stadium goes wild. That was a really cool moment. And I, for one, am excited for Paramount Plus and to see what they continue to do with the broadcast and to continue to see how they fine-tune things. I saw a lot of people talking about commercials. I mean, dude, yeah, you're going to get advertising. The price for all the fights for the year was like $60. So, like, there's gonna be some growing pains and there's gonna be some things that we have to deal with. But I, for one, am fine with them overlaying a commercial in during the corner if I don't have to pay for pay-per-views and I can watch every single fight for the year for $50 as well as all of the other backlogged fights. I still think that's a great idea and a great value, but I know some people hated that. I do hope that they at least do a visual overlay with a commercial and then let us hear the audio from the corner. I was fine with the little tiny box that they were showing from the visual, but not hearing I do enjoy hearing the audio. Also the walkouts, you can't have like commercial audio over walkouts. You need to treat that, you know, a little bit more premium, especially on, you know, I mean, maybe on the prelims you can get away with it, but on the main card and on the pre-prelims you can get away with it. And on the prelims, there's some guys that you really want to push. So I didn't necessarily understand that, but I do think they will change over time and continue to get better as we go. speaking of prelims, I also did notice that they kind of gave more shine to the guys on the prelims. They actually had excerpts and stories behind each person. Now, granted, were they filling air because we had 2 fights fall through? That could definitely be the case. But I thought that was pretty cool, man. Thought that was pretty good. And we're talking about the event, and we're talking about UFC 324. And let's hit on some dudes that showed out and that have debut patches coming up. I saw Ty Thriller Miller with a debut patch on his arm. Topps didn't disclose that, but your boy I was looking hard because I was like, oh, it's a debut guy. Let's see if he has a patch. He does have a debut patch. Golden gloves, crispy stand-up. The guy can box. He did get hit with actually a good elbow and was able to kind of withstand that and not get too shook, not get too rattled. He did get bloodied up, but he pretty much dominated that entire fight besides that one strike. He is 25 years old. That is a guy that I will be watching, and I'm excited to see what these debut patch cards do. He beat Adam Fugit. Not an amazing guy, but he's been in the UFC for a while. He's fought, some good guys and lost. So he's definitely not a scrub. And I think that was a good win and a great, great debut for a guy that's 25 years old from Ty Miller. So definitely got to keep your eye on. Also, Josh Hockett, he is a star, man. Josh Hockett, I think it was Hockett. I forget exactly how they said it. The guy's a star. He is incredible on the mic. That might be the best post, since McGregor's line, the double champ does whatever he wants. Like that might be one of the best win speeches I've ever seen. He was channeling Ali. He was channeling Ric Flair. He was channeling freaking Macho Man, Randy Savage, man. And the guy likes to be in front of the camera, and that helps. That helps a lot whenever you're talking about trying to market yourself and trying to be a star in the UFC. Now, if we're talking about technical skills, if we're talking about can he, be a legacy guy and really make a stamp for himself at heavyweight, he's an incredible athlete. He's very quick. He was a wrestling accolades. He also was on like the practice squad in the NFL, I believe, or maybe he made the team, which is a testament to his athletic ability, and he showed that. Now, he is a little undersized, and that is something that I noticed whenever he was fighting his opponent is I think he's 235. And he's a great athlete, so he was kind of able to outmuscle the guy and outwork the guy. And he did have a good gas tank, and he put the pedal on, put his foot to the floor and put the pedal to the metal in that fight. But if he's fighting guys that are huge heavyweights, best of the best, Cyril Gane, 245, pure muscle, you're talking about, Bones Jones, even though he'll probably be gone once Hockett gets to the top, you're talking 250, you got... the champ Tom Aspinall walking around 250 pure muscle. So it's like, man, I don't know about the athleticism if that's going to translate because he is a little undersized. But he is under Greg Jackson, who is John Jones's coach. You got Rashad Evans. You got Holly Holm. Like the guy knows how to fight. The guy is smart, and the guy is a great coach. So I, for one, definitely have my eye on Josh Hockett. Not just because of his skill and his win, but also his star power. After the fight, I really do think that this guy is very marketable, and I think people are going to root for him. He's kind of a heel type personality, so I bet he's going to be pretty divisive with people, but it's entertaining regardless of how you feel about what he's saying before the fight or after the fight. And he is at least like selling himself and creating a character. But we'll see if he can continue to get wins, but I thought that was really interesting, and he also has a debut patch. Okay, we got Ateba Gautier, 23 years old. The guy hits like a truck. He literally lifted his opponent with the right hand in the first round. He lifted him off the canvas and threw him across the cage with a shot. Is he going to be a 2026 rookie? I don't know. I would assume so, but you never know with Topps and what they do. The power is elite for 185. He's a huge guy. I don't know if he struggles with weight cuts, but he is massive for the weight class. They have him listed at 6'4". I don't think he's 6'4". I can't imagine him being 185, that big of a frame, and being as tall as Alex Pereira. To me, that math doesn't really make sense. A lot of the heights on the UFC website are not accurate. He probably maybe 6'2". A guy that big, I can't imagine him being 6'4" at 185 and being able to make that weight cut. But you never know. So if he is 6'4", he is absolutely massive for the weight class. I mean, he's big regardless, but I think he's a little bit shorter than that. A pretty technical win. He fought a good fight. He had a ton of knockdowns. I mean, he knocked the guy down like 6 times. Credit to Pulev for being tough and really hanging in there, because it was a hard fight for him. He does have the gas tank for 3 rounds. He looked good in all 3 rounds. He did get stung a couple times. He looks really raw, right? But again, he's 23 years old. Like, I mean, I don't really understand. There's not a lot of guys that are completely polished and just dialed in every area, especially at these bigger weight classes at that age of 23. So I definitely have my eye on him. I'm sure a ton of people do as well. We still don't know if he can wrestle. I mean, can he wrestle? How is that not the game plan for every single person going against him? I mean, I'd be trying to not strike with this guy from the bell, but you know, credit to Pulev. He fought smart and had some success. Now, to me, it was kind of a cruising victory for Gautier, but definitely a guy I have my eye on, and I'm excited to see if he's in the 2026 rookie class. Umar versus Figgy. What is Umar doing, man? You got to make a statement win if you're trying to get a title shot, and he did not do that here. Now, to be fair, Figgy did not want to engage. Figgy didn't. He had moments where he went, but like he looked like he was kind of just trying to get a payday and trying to survive in there, which is not the Davison Figueiredo that we're used to seeing and that I'm used to seeing. But it was interesting to see that at least. And I mean, Umar was way bigger. He was faster. He was pretty much better in every aspect. Figgy threw up a couple guillotine attempts, which were, you know, mainly defensive, just trying to get Umar off his legs. But yeah, man, you cannot go in there and get. Was it a good performance? Yes. Was it like a shutout performance? Yes. Is he incredibly skilled? Yes. Could he be a champ one day? Yes. Is the UFC going to push him? Are the fans going to like him after that fight? Absolutely not. In a huge, all capital letters, no. So he has to be more aggressive. He has to get finishes, or I think he's going to be one of those guys that is just going to continue to be fighting the top-ranked guys. And definitely, I would say after that fight, Umar is not getting a title shot. We also have Jean Silva versus Arnold Allen, which, dude, what an incredible fight that was. I love watching Jean Silva fight. Arnold Allen is a beast as well, and that's kind of the fight that I figured it would be. I thought Jean Silva would win. I thought he was going to get a finish in the third round. Credit to Arnold Allen. He took some bombs. He also gave some really good shots too. And, you know, thought it would be an entertaining fight. Everybody did, and it delivered. Also, Jean Silva with one of the most incredible UFC moments of all time. He stands on top of Arnold Allen, treats him like a skateboard, rides on him a little bit, little surfing going on, then jumps off, gets some air. Incredible photos from that, Topps. Can we get a photo of Jean Silva surfing on Arnold Allen? I mean, that was an incredible moment. So fun, so funny. And that's the kind of guy that he is. That's the kind of fighter that he is, man. Like, he goes in there, he's very emotional, and he puts on a show. He puts on a show inside of the octagon and outside of the octagon, and I loved it, man. Skateboarding for the win. First time I think I'd ever seen that. We got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. A very sharp, technical win. He's got great feet, man. He's got great feet and great footwork for the size and for the weight class. You can tell he's a professional athlete. You can tell, man. Like, some of these heavyweights, they're kind of plodding. They don't necessarily have the coordination and the footwork. Waldo Acosta Cortez has great feet. Now, does he have what it takes to be in the upper echelon of this division? To be determined, but he does have the killer instinct, and he does hit hard. Now, we'll see what he can do against the top-ranked guys. Can he wrestle? I don't really know if he can wrestle that good. I mean, he's fought a couple good wrestlers in the past and was able to survive. Sergey Spivak is a decent wrestler, decent submission threat, and he ended up getting that win. But to be determined on if he's, you know, really, really well-rounded and can really, you know, go to the next level. But a great win against Derek Lewis, and he for sure vaulted up on everybody's mind and in everybody's you know, eyes, because Derek Lewis is a huge name. He has a ton of fans, and anytime you can beat a guy like that, a lot more people are looking at you. And he did it, you know, with a pretty emphatic finish and a shutout. So good for him. He got that 50K bonus right now. I'm hyped for everybody when they get any type of finish now, because they get that big 50K bonus. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yudong. We talked about Umar and Figueiredo. We have, you know, this was basically another title eliminator. It was these four guys. It was these four guys who is going to look the best and have the best performance in order to potentially get a title shot. Obviously, Merab's in the mix. He could get a title shot too. And we have O'Malley and Song with a pretty good fight, back and forth there for a while, and then O'Malley kind of pulled away. Looked pretty sharp. Distance management, man, he's great at it. He's has a great straight shot. He's fights smart, and he has really good feet as well. Talking about Waldo Acosta Cortez, Sean O'Malley has great feet too. You can tell he played basketball. He really is good with the lateral movement, which is huge whenever you're fighting and circling off, especially against a power striker like Song Yudong. In my opinion, you really have to run Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley. You got to run that one back. Now, is Merab an impeccable champion? Did he have an amazing run? Yes. But in my opinion, what fight is more marketable? What has a little bit more juice, a little bit more star power? I think the striking rematch of Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley is the better matchup. You kind of have the grudge match aspect where Petr Yan thought he won that fight. A lot of people thought he won that fight, and O'Malley ended up getting the dub there. So I just think it's a good idea for the UFC, not only business-wise, but also, you know, just entertainment-wise and star power-wise. Like, O'Malley is a star. He's a little bit more marketable, but also the striking matchup of those two is going to be fireworks. We will probably see a finish this time. If that last fight of theirs would have been 5 rounds, we definitely would have saw a finish. I'm excited to see that. Hopefully they do it. Justin Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett. What an insane fight, man. Justin Gaethje living up to his highlight nickname, and Paddy living up to Scousers don't get knocked out. What an insane chin that guy has. What toughness. I thought there for a minute, I was like, is Paddy going to flats from SpongeBob this guy and just withstand the beating and then get him cardio later in the fight? But Gaethje showed that he's a dog, showed that he's, you know, even though he's older, 37, right? What a 37 years old. What a gutsy performance, you know, from a guy that's 37. But he also has the skills to still hang with some of the best in the division. Now, matchup-wise, we got, you know, it's Ilya. Is Ilya going to come back and fight? Ilya versus Gaethje. I would have to imagine Ilya is a huge favorite in that. I do not think that would be a good matchup for Justin Gaethje stylistically. You don't want to box with Ilya, and I would imagine that would be what Justin Gaethje would want to do. Although he did have a few, you know, he was doing that like front headlock position, and he did it a few times on Paddy and actually had really good control on it and got some nasty ground and pound off on that too, which was a really interesting technique and a great, you know, addition to Justin Gaethje's game because he seemed very strong in that position. Paddy did not have an answer for it, which was surprising because I thought Paddy would be one step ahead in every position on the ground. Also, Paddy didn't try any takedowns. Like he maybe tried like 1 or 2. That's crazy to me. I really thought that was the path to victory for Paddy, and I thought he was going to win because of his control, because of his submission game on the ground, and he did not get Gaethje down basically at all, which really was the difference in this fight. Also, we have Arman waiting in the wings. Arman, you know, probably the toughest matchup for everyone in this division, you know, just because of the great wrestling. Is he going to get it done, man? I don't know. Are they going to give it to him? It seems like they don't really want to, but we'll see what happens. Tough matchups for Justin Gaethje, regardless, with those two guys, but still a great night of fights, man. Really excited about Paramount Plus to see what they continue to do over time with the new license. We could definitely see a dip in production over time. They probably went all out for this first show and, you know, the debut show of theirs. But I thought I saw some good things that they could definitely build on and some things to tweak and hopefully make better over time. But yeah, man, hope you all had fun watching the fights. I'm going into work. Hopefully the blizzard treats me okay because this is pretty insane here. But we'll see. I definitely expect to be getting into some shit today and tonight. But I'll see y'all. Have a good day.